So in this episode of Book of the Beast, we're going to be going over Nobs. Nobs as a unit is an elite choice, and unfortunately there's no way to make them troops anymore. So there's no Force Org switching with the War Boss, which is unfortunate. Nobs, again, like most stuff in the book, really have not changed a whole lot. The infantry models have actually dropped 2 points per model. So they're a little bit cheaper if you keep them on foot, but of course that's more than made up by the increase in the cost of the battle wagon, if you give them a battle wagon, but that's later in the book, later in the series. So again, you get two regular Nobs and one boss Nob, so you get one regular character in the unit. And it's the same size, maximum of 10 models. Again, they're 2 points cheaper than they were in the previous codex. But again, it's offset by other things. First of all, the War Banner is 5 points more. Again, gives the whole unit +1 weapon skill. Does not stack with the Lucky Stick, unfortunately. But it's a nice way to get an additional +1 weapon skill somewhere. And of course, there's no... if you take more than one unit of Nobs, of course, you can have more than one, so it's nice. You can take an ammo rent. I don't know why you'd want to take an ammo rent. Any model can take a boss pole, which is very nice. Any model can take the entire mob may take heavy armor for 4 points per model, so that's one less. The combi scorches, so you can take ranged weapons. The combi scorches have actually gone up by 5, so they're more expensive. Or of course the big chopper or power fist, power claw, have not changed. So in general, you're probably going to be spending a few more points on your unit of Nobs than you would be under the last codex. And they're really not any different at all. There's still 2 wounds, there's still base weapon skill 4, 2 toughness 4, initiative 3, 3 base attacks. Again, you take a truck or a battle wagon as a dedicated transport. They do come with stick bombs now, so that's kind of nice. Being initiative 3 with stick bombs is actually useful, unlike orcs at initiative 2. Of course, they have the Eerie Go and Mob Rule. So, again, Nobs have always been and will continue to be a very potent close combat unit with lots of attacks, 2 wounds. You add in a Pain Boy to give them feel no pain. So it's very nice having the Pain Boy, having a 2-up Lookout Sir now instead of the old 4-up from it just being part of the unit. And again, having any model being able to take a boss pole is really nice. So if you lose a model with a boss pole, you don't have to worry about those rerolls. You'll probably still want to run them with a war boss to get the extra hitting power in them. But if you ran Nobs in the old codex, you're probably still going to run Nobs now. They're going to run exactly the same as they were before. You don't have to worry about any shenanigans on these things. You just equip them however you want, and they're just going to be just as potent as a close combat unit as they were before. But you are going to have to sacrifice one of your HQ slots to give them the Pain Boy, the Feel No Pain that they had before. The only difference is that the bikes are 2 points more expensive. So basically, if you put them on bikes, they're going to be the exact same base cost as before, exactly the same. So I don't know why they did it that way, but whatever. So if you are going to run Nobs, what are some of the things you want to do? Of course, they come with Slugger Chopper, and on the charge they are going to be Strength 5 with 5 base attacks, and you give them Weapon Skill 5 with either War Banner or a Lucky Stick. Most of the time, I'm going to be hitting on 3s. So it's probably better to leave most of them with just your base Slugger Chopper and heavy armor, unless you give them more bikes, of course. And don't bother any upgrades, so that would be, 22 points a model. And these guys are going to be really potent, really potent. The big chopper is probably not worth taking. I wouldn't give each of them a power fist, especially since, they are going to be initiative 3 with assault grenades, so that initiative 3 will come into play often enough, I think, to make sure you just a smattering of power fist. And of course, you want to make sure that if you're getting shot at, you're losing your Slugger Chopper guys, not your Power Fist guys, or your War Banner guy, or the Pain Boy. So you want to have enough sacrificial Slugger Chopper guys to surround the important models, so to speak, or suck up all the shooting wounds. Give them Battle Wagon, get them across the board, and into Assault as quickly as possible, because they are still an absolutely deadly close combat unit. However, they are going to be lacking the 5-up invul save. They can no longer have that. which is a huge blow to them, unfortunately. Because that 5-up invul save was very important in keeping these guys alive for any length of time. And it's just a shame that we lost the cyborg bodies. And the Nobs are probably going to be suffering from that more than anything else, even war bosses or any of the other characters, from the loss of the 5-up invul save. Because they really need it, because they're only toughness 4 or 2 wounds, so they can easily get doubled out. And Feel No Pain doesn't protect against that, of course. So having that invul save was huge. So they are going to lose some of their effectiveness, especially against other elite units, which is, I'm sorry, it's just a shame. It's just a shame that I don't see any reason for taking foot Nobs. Warbike Nobs, you know, again, they're not going to be anywhere near as effective without that invul save, but at least they're going to be toughness 5, so you don't have to be worried about being doubled out quite as often. So that's not as big a deal losing them on the bikes as it is losing it on the infantry guys. So you can try them out. I think the lack of the invul save is going to be a huge blow to them. I think taking smaller units, you know, to fill up battle wagons, especially if you're taking the scouting battle wagon formation from the Gazgul book, a unit of Nobs, just basic Nobs, Slugger Choppa, you know, a few extra guys maybe, and you know they'll be able to hit softer units. They'll really be able to hit vehicles, being, you know, base strength 5 on the charge, with all those attacks. So sending them after vehicles are really going to be a good idea. So again, Nobs, one of those things that are just going to be taken down a notch. And I think they were, you know, maybe a bit overpowered before, especially the Nob bikers. You get the invul save, you got the old smoke screen save, and you got Feel No Pain on top of it. They might have been a little bit overpowered, even as the editions progressed. They were still really good, the Nob bikers. But they're going to definitely be toned down a lot with the lack of the invul save. And unfortunately, you're not getting any points reduction for the reduction in survivability, and that's pretty much, you know, the theme of this book is rockets got cheaper and everything dies easier. But yeah, Nobs are still really good. They're still really cool, fun to run. There's all those 2 wounds. Takes a lot to kill them off. So, but again, if you ran Nobs before, you're probably gonna run again. But unfortunately, again, they're not gonna be troops. There's nothing you can do to make them troops anymore. So you're still gonna have to pay for troops choices in your list. So I guess this is a really quick Book of the Beast here, going over Nobs, and thanks for watching.